Right.
Awesome. So we won't keep you guys too long tonight. We've done Murph every year that we've owned the gym. It's like our big deal because it's the, we celebrate when we bought the gym on Memorial Day weekend. Okay, we started dating on Memorial Day weekend. Fun story. We are in our 13th year of being together, and it's the cursed year.
Yeah.
Because when we were coming home with Tate from the hospital, we hit a bird with a car. And then we all got
We did not.
And then we all got COVID, and then I just feel like it's been like a fun little chaotic year, but we'll be extra happy this Memorial Day because we're going to be into year 14 and we're safe from year 13.
Yeah.
We're going to do Murph on the Saturday of Memorial Day this year, probably like 8 or 9 o'clock. Last year we did one giant round of it because
Tate was born, and we did it on Saturday.
Yeah, that's
He was born on Tuesday, so we did it Saturday.
And then, but like I said,
I very vividly remember being here.
The new gym is big enough for us to be able to get everybody going at once. If you have anyone that wants to come and do it with you that's not a member, of course you can. So for those that don't know, Murph is a Memorial Day workout for a fallen soldier, last name Murphy. Okay, it was his favorite CrossFit workout. I already talked about the whole, we're not CrossFit, so we do it a little bit differently, right? They have set standards and definitions. We kind of have our own, but basically in the long run, all the money we raise, we're either going to donate to veterans homes or, I'm calling this market research. I was at Urban Lodge Brewery the other night, and they're having a fundraiser for a center in Manchester that's attempting to become the first federally funded veteran and first responder kind of like PTSD mental support home center, which is super cool because as of right now it has to be through the VA or something. So I'm gonna have a conversation with them, and that's probably, we like to donate as acutely and locally as possible. We used to usually just do Connecticut Veterans Housing Association, but I think this might be our new donating spot for that, which could be really cool because that concept sounds super awesome. When Megan was in one of her clinicals, she was up at the VA in Leeds, and what they had was what they call a pain clinic.
Yeah.
Explain it better.
Yeah. Okay. So I was involved in the pain clinic which was with veterans trying to get off of opiates. So it was a pain team. It consisted of a doctor, PT, social worker, psychologist. It had everyone, and we all came together to create a plan for this one veteran to try to get them off of their pain meds.
So what they're going to try to do is a similar model where when you go to this center, they're going to have access to all of it for whatever they might be dealing with from their PTSD kind of situation. So that's super cool if we can make that a thing. And I feel like Manchester is also one of those towns or cities that's really on the cusp of having a lot of really great things on it. So if we can continue to fund that, that's a great thing. With the workout, right, it's a 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 body weight squats, and then another 1 mile run. Like you said, it sounds like, you see that, it's a lot of shit, right? And but with everything we do here, right, everything is modifiable. So it doesn't have to be the chin-up on a bar. It could be the barbell chin-up, the jungle gym chin-up. It could be an inverted row if overhead makes our shoulders angry. Same thing with the push-ups. We can elevate them to a position that doesn't cause any pain or discomfort. We always ask you guys to pick something that's really hard for you still.
It should still be a challenge.
Right, so we're gonna give you these options, but if you're doing a push-up and you're kind of just la 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 la, find something that's really challenging. And so what we're gonna do with the workouts over the next 2 months is sprinkle in, you're not gonna just do Murph a bunch, then we'd all be broken, right? We're gonna sprinkle in more of the shuttle runs when it's nicer, some people can get to go outside, but push-ups at different heights on the bar at different rep ratios. Same thing with the chin-ups and the pull-ups. You'll be able to find what a good number to be appropriately challenging is for you over the next 2 months, so that when you go to do it, you're I know if I have the bar this high and I have to do 200 push-ups, it's gonna be really hard, but I can definitely do it safely. And that's what we want. We don't want people hurt. And so one thing that's gonna be different this year with Murph than before is Megan is gonna put together a mobility routine and a stretching and recovery routine to do throughout the week on your own to make sure elbows, wrists, shoulders, knees, feet, all that stuff kind of stay how they're supposed to. So do you want to go over a little bit of what it might be, or?
How many people have done Murph so far? Okay, so pretty much everybody.
And Michelle's gonna crush it, so it's all good.
So a lot of it, there's the, I heard it. So basically when I was trying to figure out like the mobility aspect of it, I wanted to target like our shoulder blades, shoulders, like mid back, full body, all the stuff that like kind of goes into those 4 things: the run, the pull-ups, the push-ups, and the squat. And I just wanted to have like a little bit of extra stuff, so that way whenever, because this is it gonna be a separate?
Nope, it's gonna be like within the classes.
It's gonna be within the class.
Yep.
That's what I thought. So this will be something that you can do after. If you are going to plan to sign up for Murph, we're gonna, I'll take your name down, and then what it's gonna happen is in the app, it'll have like a separate workout, and every day, it'll just show up every day as the mobility, so that way you don't have to try to remember it. It'll just be a thing in the app for you. We're just gonna create like a Murph group, and you'll be able to see the mobility stuff. If you've done kin stretch, the scap car should be pretty familiar, just little shoulder blade circles, because when we do pull-ups, it's a lot of this motion, so making sure our shoulder blades move. The run, a lot of times, people's feet get sore, so toe time, the beloved toe time, hanging in toe time. If you want to challenge yourself more, you can always do your shoulder blade circles in toe time, which we love. And then it's gonna be toe time with the wrist flexion and extension stretch. So kind of wherever you get that stretch, that's gonna be kind of our chin-ups and our push-ups. Our wrists and forearms don't like that many.
Right.
And then from there we'll go just right into our world's greatest, because it's easy to go right to that one.
Everyone's favorite.
And then we'll go right into inchworms, because those are also everybody's favorites. And then from there, our bottoms up squats to kind of get that mobility. Good thing I wore stretchy jeans today. And then I like having people who are gonna run doing like a heel pop, just like a skip step, just these little guys. Get the calves warmed up. I'm getting out of breath. Ankle circles, so you can either do them like we do in kin stretch, where you do those really nice and slow ankle circles. Do I have any holes in my socks? Hope not.
Right. They're matching.
Or how Trevor does
the ankle circles
during.
PVC pipe.
Can you grab me a band?
What size?
Orange. Poor favor. And then same thing for if you really want to just make your life better.
Anything you can do kneeling, just spend
Anything
more
you can
time
do in toe time.
Seriously.
Like you can do your pull parts here, and then I'm gonna have you do the band circles. With the band circles, you wanna make sure there's a little bit of tension. A lot of times people do them and they're just kinda like here.
Floppy.
Which is good, like you're still gonna get mobility out of it, but if you can get a little bit of a tension on the band and keep that tension on the band, you're gonna get more of a stretch out of it. Nice little stretch. And then for our elbows.
So the biggest thing we've seen in the past is when you do this many pull-ups, right? People get really cranky elbows, and it's a combination. It's mostly actually from like the forearm and your grip, and it gets tight around here, and that's when you're gonna get that outside pinchy thing. It's not from like your bicep and the actual rowing of it. It's the grip aspect of it.
Which is why I like people doing this stretch here and here to get that forearm stretch out of it.
Yeah. So this one drill.
But then this drill is also in it. So what you'll do is you'll take the PVC pipe. You'll start in the middle, keep the elbow tight. So you're actually probably gonna have to stand up if you're there. And you're just gonna let it go back and forth. If that feels really easy, you're gonna start working your way down and getting that stretch in your forearm. So it'll say like PVC pipe, pronation, and supination. So that's just this guy.
Because for those that don't know, like in our forearm, there's two bones, and and one of them rotates around the other one. Okay, so if we're living like trying to be like here and here, things are tight, it's not going to rotate as good. and then the muscles around it get cranky, and then you feel it in your elbow. What is it? Usually you go like this, right? So if like you're going like this and your hands, like my right hand doesn't go as far. Why? I don't know. Probably because I'm like a righty, I'm dominant. Okay, so
You just needed some help.
the chances are, right, if I'm like doing like a lot of pushing or pressing or rowing, this arm's not going to rotate evenly, and so I'm going to get more stress on this side. So it's just a little cognizant thing. All you have to do is stand at your hand. So for me, it's like my hand's so tight, like my fingers are bending. I'm not trying to like let my hand bend. It's not going anywhere.
And the other thing with
that's something I should probably work on.
And the other thing with that is like, so he can't get all the way flat. So now if you try to go do a push-up and your hands aren't all the way flat, with your control, you're just kind of jamming into it here. So when you go to do your push-up, you're just kind of like jamming into that range of motion that you don't necessarily have.
Sure. So imagine like doing a squat, right? Say you have like an ankle that doesn't bend as much, and you're forcing a squat, and like you end up going up on that one heel in a squat position, and then we have like cranky knees or feet from it. It's the same thing. So we want to make sure symmetrical range of motion things. So yeah, so basically, biggest takeaways, we're gonna do that for people that do want to do some extra running and stuff. We'll make weekly recommendations. I'll probably write it in the Sunday, and like for extra stuff, if you want to add in some running outside, because yes, we'll do shuttle runs in here, but a mile's farther. So there's smart ways to go about it, right? I swear every time I hear somebody be like, I started running again, I'm like, yay, how far did you go? And they're like, 3 miles. I don't know why it's 3 miles, but like people just go off and then they're like, my shins, they're so sore. You know what I mean? By the way, running slow is not a warm-up for running fast. So that's why we're trying to provide you guys with some of these things, right?
Yeah,
so
and this stuff can be done before you do a run. It can be done after. It shouldn't take
By the
that
way,
long.
every single one of these stretches also is just really good for you in general, especially if you are one of our desk people, okay? Because that's forearm, that's shoulders forward, right? That's all that good stuff. If you have to wear dress shoes, does anyone even have to wear dress shoes when they go into work anymore, right? Eddie, Casey, if she feels fancy, right? Your feet are jacked up from the toes. So, by the way, doing this routine 2 or 3 times a week, even if you're not doing Murph, you're gonna feel better from it in just general. So there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but outside of that, I think we'll also probably do.
Where did we do the run last year? Did we?
Yep. So basically, you start out of the back, you hug the back part of the parking lot, and you hug the outside wall of the parking lot just for being away from traffic, right? And then you run down the sidewalk to the bridge. You cut into the woods. We mark out because it's like a field that runs all the way out to a little park.
We went that way last year.
We went out to the park. No,
Okay.
up to the bridge and over. And then I just leave a cone, run to the cone, turn around, come back. Half a mile out, half a mile back. I think, did we do like a quarter for like the people that are sharing? Yeah, so if you're doing with a partner, there'll be 2 cones. 1 cone's the quarter-mile marker, so they go out and come back and it's a half, and the partner does a half. Or you can go all the way out to the half-mile one and come back if you're going by yourself. When you're inside, if you are with a partner, the big thing, 1 person works at a time. Because if you're both doing like your push-ups and your pull-ups, then you're done in like 10 minutes, it's kind of lame. Okay, so it'll be, the whole point of having a partner is to give you a rest interval.
Yes.
Okay, so like
Not just
partner
to
does
do
like
hot
2,
shoulder.
and then you do 2, and then so is that you can like rest while your partner's doing the work, and that's the main reason for that.
Yeah, and I feel like the best example was what is it, 2-4-6 or is it 2-4-8? The breakdown.
But it's like a 1-2-3 ratio.
Yeah, so say like if you're gonna do it with a partner, that 1-2-3, like you would do 1 pull-up, 1 push-up, or 2 push-ups, 3 squats. Then I would go and do my 1, 2, 3.
Or whatever ratio that number you do.
Yeah.
But I think that's one thing we made sure, make sure if you're doing a partner, 1 person works at a time. When you pick whichever version of it you do, make sure you're still challenging yourself. You wanna really remember that we're doing this as like a veteran fundraiser, okay, and like you're trying really hard for that. And then after, like I said, we have a cookout, we have a good time. We're good with that. So that's pretty much all I really wanted to get going today. We're gonna actually have it as, so like there was the event to sign up for this session. We're gonna have a ticketable event for Murph this year. We haven't figured out what we're gonna determine is gonna be the donation to do Murph. Probably like $20, okay, per person. But it'll be, when you sign up, you ticket it, the card you have on file, we'll run it, and it's gonna give us logistics of how to set the gym up ahead of time. And we'll give you like a month and a half to sign up. And we'll have the deadline be like the Wednesday before. It's not going to be like anything crazy, but we basically, you know, I think for us, it's going to help us make this the best version of it ever. And we want it to be that. So yeah, does anyone have questions? Pretty straightforward. So having fun, challenging yourself, and then being like, wow, I'm actually kind of really badass with what I do in the gym during the week here. It like carries over to stuff. It's really cool. I know a lot of people told me they saw a lot of 1 rep personal best between the squats, the floor press, and the deadlift. So that was really cool. So we'll spend, what is it, 7 weeks-ish? 7 or 8 weeks getting ready for Memorial Day. So we'll progress the workouts now, you know. So I literally just had, we had like 9 weeks worth of like the pin stuff, right? And everyone's like doing that good with the squats and the deadlifts. So hopefully if I write the right program, you guys will reap the rewards by following it, okay?
Yeah, and I think like the big thing too is focusing on the mobility.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my favorite thing.
You're not biased.
But if you want to be able to do this and you want to be able to do it well, I would say taking care of your body is going to be important.
Sure.
Leading up to it and making sure that, you know, if you're spending the time to work out hard, take care of your body.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Yay.
Very low key.
Yeah, low key. We just wanted to get info out. We got people that had questions.
But I do want everybody just to, I mean, I can probably remember everybody that's